NCAA official?
Well, typically I don't talk about what I thought were private meetings. Apparently it became public somehow or another, but so for that reason I will address. It was a real simple question of process to Julie, who happens to be the head of NCAA enforcement, so I thought there would be nobody better to ask. And to be honest with you, it was very informative, and there were some clarifications that were made that had to do with process. So I was very appreciative that we got some things cleared up, and that I was able to be educated a little bit further in the questions that I had.
All right, we'll go over here to
compliance or call the NCAA. Why do you feel compelled to engage her at that point?
Well, again, without going into the details of, any of the exchange in the meeting, I was just trying to get clarification at the time. And again, she was very willing to clarify for me, and I appreciate it.
All right, we'll go down the front row. Ron here on the left.
Ron, in Commercial Field, Memphis. Do you think it's the NCAA's obligation to, I guess, continue to inform schools where they are in an investigation? I mean, they're still investigating you. And also, how has this been for you as far as any frustration as things still hanging out there? Are you trying to, continue to build what you're building?
Well, the question that I get asked frequently is the frustration part. And, I don't operate on rumors, innuendos, anything of that nature. So, my job every day at Auburn is to, again, recruit, graduate great kids and great players, and win championships. That's what I'm focused on every day. So all of the outside innuendos, speculations, rumors, all of those different things, whether it be NCAA related or otherwise, is just not a big part of what I concern myself with. I've said this many times. I feel great about where we are as a football coach. I sleep really good every night that my head is pillow. And that's what I can control. So I know we're every day doing things the right way. That's what I can put my time and energy into. So that's what I do.
All right, we'll go. Before the answer that's been publicized, if that's what you did.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Do you regret now perhaps angering or agitating the NCAA representative in Desmond before she gave that answer that's been publicized?
Oh, I didn't see that at all as an angry or agitated exchange at all, for me personally, in my opinion. Again, it was a clarification process, and that's how simple I can make it.
We'll go here to the left.
Mike Bianchi, Orlando Seminole coach. You went to the University of Florida. You saw the Florida State rivalry. Can you talk about intensifying and becoming even more passionate now that both teams won national titles over the last 2 years?
Well, I've really been blessed to be a part of several great rivalries. Obviously, the Iron Bowl, the Auburn-Alabama game was a huge rivalry, obviously regionally, but nationally as well, and always has been, and rightfully so. And it's a great rivalry. It is a great rivalry. The fact that the success that both schools have had recently, it's great for the state of Alabama, and it's just a great rivalry. And as I've always said, there's such a huge level of respect for the coaches and the players and high majority of the fans. And so this is a great rivalry. And
knowledge of a violation, would you personally feel compelled to report it?
I'm not going to go into the details. I certainly can't speculate on how everybody else feels, what their silence is or is not. I can't intelligently talk about that about anybody but me. What we try to do at Auburn is, we try to recruit the right way. We try to always do what we think is in the best interest of the student athlete. Our compliance office does an outstanding job of educating coaches and players at Auburn. So we're always going to stay within
understand you can't live in a vacuum from what's happened, but is there a way to deal with this as coaches, as administrators, as fans, as media, to try to put that sort of ugliness away and be, you know, a little more civilized as a society, if you will?
Let me retrace, let me back up a little bit when we talk about the Auburn-Alabama rivalry. I still very adamant that this is one of the greatest rivalries in college football. Its history would have it, and there's so much passion in that rivalry. And I think that it's like anything else. You know, the majority of the people out there, both sides, are really, really educated football people. They're very, very in tune to the passion of the rivalry without going overboard. But as anything in life, you're going to have some individuals who, you know, go over the limit. And as I've always said, there's such a high level of respect for the coaches and the coaches, the players and the players. And if there's one thing that I can impart to everybody is that if the fan base as a whole had the same amount of respect for each other as the coaches and the players, then I think you'd see, you know, less of these things happen. Although there's not many of those incidents that do happen. So, you know, to his corner,